Nobody asks for a crap keyboard, so obviously I made one. I've been making custom keyboards for a little while now, but why did I make this? I wanted some simple media controller that looked good on my desk, and I have a couple friends who love craps, so two birds with one stone. I made a cute crap that sits on my desk to manage the rave music, and I created a keyboard that friends would enjoy. The concept was simple. I wanted something small that still resembles a crab, so I started making a plan. 2 eyes and 2 crab claws should do the trick. Before going over the design itself, let's talk about what features I would like my media controller to have. I want volume controls. I want to be able to play and pause the music. I want to go to the previous song and the next one. And I would like to rewind and fast forward if possible. That's 7 features in just 4 keys. With only 4 keys, I had to be creative with the code and make use of combos to get all functionality in the keyboard. The left and the right claw go to the previous song and the next song. The left eye and the right eye decrease and increase the music. Pressing both eyes together plays or pauses the music. Pressing both left keys together rewinds the music, and pressing both right keys together fast forwards the music. All 7 features in just 4 keys. Let's go over the design steps to get here. I started from a sketch on paper to get a rough idea where everything goes. I turned this into a clean drawing in Inkscape, and then I started my PCB design in KiCad. For my PCB design, I used the program KiCad. Over the past couple of years, I gathered a bit of experience creating PCBs, but I won't make this into a tutorial video. There are better resources on the internet. However, feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. I try to keep the keyboard as small as possible, but I do enjoy a replaceable battery. So in this keyboard design, I used a cell battery. Because I only need 4 keys for this design, I can make it into a direct wired board. This means that each switch on the keyboard gets connected directly to a pin on the microcontroller. Direct wired boards can only have as many keys as there are pins on the microcontroller. Because I'm using a cell battery, I did need to add a tiny battery management system to charge the battery safely. Also, an important note, the usual cell batteries you might know, CR3032, are not rechargeable. This is a rechargeable battery with the same form factor, LIR3032. This all looks good and I got it manufactured. A little while after, I got the package in the mail. The PCB looks amazing. With my PCBs in hand, I can get started designing the case in FreeCAD. FreeCAD is an open source 3D parametric modeler. A couple different pieces needed to be modeled. A case to hold the PCB, plate to give the switches some stability and give the crab a cheeky smile, and some custom keycaps in the form of crab claws. Next, we can send the designs to my 3D printer. In this step, some choices had to be made. What plastic do I use? As a small content creator, I tried reaching out to 3D Jake, and they were nice enough to hook me up with some free easyPETG to make the crab a reality. The choice for PETG was pretty easy. The stems for the keycaps are very small and fragile, so great layer adhesion is important for this part. Soldering all components together. There aren't that many components, so soldering them all together is a breeze. The battery management system, some hot swap sockets, the power switch, microcontroller pins, battery holder. I do all of this live on stream, so feel free to stop by and ask me any question. I'll gladly take some time to teach you what I know. I now have a little crab on my desk that looks good and still is very functional. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Inkscape, KiCad, FreeCAD and Cura are all open source programs. In that same open source spirit, I host all my code and design files freely available on GitHub. Links are in the description. Thank you for reaching the end of the video. If you like funky keyboards, I do have a couple more designs in the pipeline, so subscribe if you want to see more.